Okay. Hopefully nobody shows up right now because I'm still trying to figure this out. Let me see here. Hello, hello. Okay. I'm catching up, everybody. Catching up. How's everybody doing today? Digital Drifter, how's it going? Susie, how are you? Ms. Vicky, nice to see you here. I hope everybody can hear me all right. Doing good, Digital Drifter. Great, great. I see lots of familiar names. Pete, I haven't been at the Lost Coast for a few years. It's been a while. I've missed a few of you. Hey, Bonnie, how's it going? Daddy Geek, Naomi, Leslie, Vivian, Sophia. I think I'm missing a few of you still. I'm sorry. Trying to get this set up. I don't do these very often, so this is difficult. Digital Drifter, I talked about that on my most recent channel supporter video, if you want to look at that. I plan on staying in the Pacific Northwest through the whole winter. In fact, maybe for the rest of eternity. I have no plans on going to Southern California or Arizona ever again. But I kind of get into that a little bit on that members only video that I just put up the other day. Oh, thank you, Vima. I appreciate you telling me about the sound. Jen up north, how's it going? Karen, how are you? Great, you can hear me too. I guess that means the sound is all right. Hey, Chrissy, how's it going? Jefferson Space, how's it going, man? Henri Kajer. Somehow I don't think that's your real name, Henri, but we'll go with it, I guess. No, I'm definitely not in SAC at the moment, Linda. It's still warm out. I think there's a kind of heat wave going on everywhere, isn't there? Somebody just told me it was like 90 degrees in Portland the other day, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. I guess it's not terribly unusual for Portland, but yeah, kind of hot everywhere except the coast. Thank you, Camper Fanatic. Vivian, I'm sure it's quite hot in Miami, and you've probably got the humidity too, don't you? Oh, thank you, Naomi. I appreciate you giving me the thumbs up on the sound. Jen up north. Yeah, I wish I could get up to Vancouver Island soon. Hopefully next year for Crumb's meetup, but we'll see how that goes. Hey, Ronnie. Hello, TJ. Oh, Crumb's on the other end of the country at the moment, but yeah. Thank you, VHF. You too. Ooh, 93 into Tehachapi. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but ooh, that kind of weather I can't take anymore. 101 in Sac. Okay. Brittany, how's it going, Brittany? If anybody is a channel supporter and would like to be a moderator here, please let me know and I'll add you as a mod. I could use the help, even if you're not going to stay very long. '98 in Santa Rosa, David? Okay. I was checking temperatures down there. I didn't realize it was that hot. I guess I was looking at Petaluma, which is usually a couple degrees cooler, but oh, hey, Scott, how's it going? Yeah, 63 on the coast. You're in the right spot. Dowder, I don't think I've ever been there. I know of the place, I just don't think I've ever been there. Hey, Karen, how's it going? Long Beach is hot too. Yeah, see, everywhere's hot except for right here. Oh, raining today. Yeah, okay, Vivian. Yeah, I guess that's not unusual for your part of the country either, is it? I appreciate that, Terry. It's only 69 in Seattle today. Interesting. Okay. I thought it was a little warmer. I've been looking at the temperatures around. They keep a bunch of temperatures from all over kind of my normal places that I go, and I kind of look at them. Even if I'm not really planning on going there, I'm still kind of curious as to what the temperatures are. Because, you know, what if I have to leave this area for some reason? I probably don't really have a reason, but, you know, I just keep track of all the temperatures. And then, you know, my friends up in Washington have got their cities plugged in there, so I check to see what's going on where they live. Oh, Em, I thought you were saying Aloha, but no, I've never heard of Aloha, Oregon. 80 degrees, you must be inland somewhere. Hey, Chris, thank you. Random dude, hello from Michigan, thank you. Oh, you've been dealing with the humidity too, Chrissy, okay, yeah. Hey, Karen, how are you? Camper Fanatic, I don't do extreme temperatures because I'm usually right by the coast, and then if I'm not, I'm going to get back to somewhere that's more moderate. But I mean, it takes a lot. When I was in Arizona a few years back, and it got down into the 20s at night, it never got even remotely near freezing inside the van, even when I didn't have my heater turned on. But, you know, I've got my fridge running, which is, you know, generating heat. So it always stays a little bit warmer inside your van. So it's not really a big deal, I don't think. Heat's a whole nother matter. $25 in Nanaimo. I don't do conversions very well. I'm a product of the California school system, so I only know Fahrenheit temperatures. That's not that hot, isn't that? Yeah, 25, that's not hot at all, is it? Karen, you saw Yellowbird for $2. That's crazy. That's a crazy price. I've seen it for sale in Sprouts bunches of times, but never for $2. That's awesome. Somebody's got a good deal. It's only 67 in West Virginia? Huh. Hey, Douglas, how's it going, man? Renee, 71 in Chicago. I guess it's not as hot out around as I thought it was. Leslie, where's my Polish mug? I put that away because I'm afraid it's going to get broke. Oh, thank you, Susie. That's very nice of you. Give you a little heart there. Thank you so much, Susie. I think we're going to get lots more earthquakes, Linda. Hopefully not that big, though. Hey, Thomas. How's it going, man? Low humidity and 62. That sounds okay, Thomas. Karen, 91 degrees. Does that entice me? No, not at all, but you knew I was going to say that. Hey, Marion. How's it going? Hey, Graham. Oh no, more Celsius. 15 Celsius. That's cool, right? Oh, but New Zealand, you're on the other. You're opposite of us, though. Oh, 77. Okay. I guess 77's not what I call cool, but that's not exactly hot, though, is it? Yeah, Chrissy, it's expensive stuff. I ran out of it for a while, and I didn't have it for a few weeks because I went into a store to get it, and it was $11 for the bottle. And I said, nope, not doing it. When I was in Santa Rosa, I was getting it at REI because it's only $6 there. Maybe they've raised their price to $7 now, but I think I was getting it for $6. So I saw 11. I said, no, I'm just going to be out of it for a little while. Oh, you just tried the habanero, Ronnie? Good. I'm glad you liked it. Hey, Aussie Welder. I don't do too many lives either, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hey, Sam. I hope you're doing good too. Well, not all Yellowbird is hot. You know, the one I normally eat lately, the jalapeno, is not very hot. And then there's sriracha is basically ketchup. It's just like super sweet. Hey, thank you, Kay. I hope you have a great week too. Yeah, 92 is yucky, Chrissy. Too much for me. Yeah, Pam, I've actually seen several people just the last few weeks, been out and about, like 3 different times at the co-op. Somebody stopped and said, hey, I know you. And then I actually saw somebody at, just the other day, I stopped at Fogline Coffee, my favorite coffee roaster, and somebody was there buying coffee. And then she says, hey, we're here because of you, which I thought was funny. Hey, Barbara. No worries, Barbara. No worries at all. How do I like my new house? I really like my new house. Camping Gene, how's it going? T-Gal, how's it going? Spike Adams, yeah. Well, you know, it's a balancing act, isn't it? I've been getting rid of more and more stuff. I've got too much stuff at the moment. Every week I've been throwing out a little bit, just a little bit here, a little bit there, you know, trying to get rid of stuff that I don't need. Hey, DW's cooking. How's it going, man? Oh, right. Kroger usually has it. I think they have it for a better price than Whole Foods usually. Kat, I saw Grandma last winter, but I told her that's the last time I'm going home, so it'll probably be a while till I see her. She just texted me the other day. She texts me quite often, probably more than the rest of my family does, actually. Oh yeah, $6.99 is not bad, Karen. I don't think for Yellowbird. I don't think that's bad at all. But yeah, $11. No. Yeah, gold nugget. I don't think it's got any gold in it, unfortunately. Sriracha is ketchup, Barbara. I don't know if you've had it, but it's just super sweet. $4 in Tehachapi, really? Oh, I think Walmart still has those weird size bottles though, don't they? I don't like those strange bottles that Walmart sells. I'd rather have the regular bottle. Henri, I've got, I just did a little electrical project the other day. Nothing major. I've got some rearranging to do in my kitchen bathroom area. Maybe I'll do that as a video because I'll probably be doing that in the next couple of days. I almost did it yesterday and then I wasn't feeling that great, so I didn't do it, but maybe that means I should record it, make a video out of it. Then lots of planning. I've just got lots and lots of planning to do of stuff. It's hard to get stuff delivered here in this area, so I'm kind of waiting on a few things till I can get stuff delivered to me a little bit easier. I guess that means I'm planning on going somewhere soon, doesn't it? I never stay at campgrounds. I think I stayed at, well, I shouldn't say never. I stayed at 2 campgrounds last year, just one night each. No, I stayed at 3, 2 in Washington and 1 in California, all last year. The rest of the time has been totally in a city, always in a city. I'm a city guy. Oh, John, yeah, they give me plenty of coffee. He bought me coffee that day, a latte actually, so expensive. And then he's given me a bunch of bags of coffee. At this point I said, no, I'm paying. I'm paying for my coffee. Whatever I get, I'm paying for. So I won't let him give me stuff anymore. I just, you know, I told him the other day when I was there, I told him, you know, I want to keep you around, you know, so I want to pay so we keep you in business. And he laughed a little bit. He's such a cool guy. It's really nice because there's like 3 of them that work there. So it's a really small crew, you know. So if you have questions about anything, they all know the answer. They give you the answer to whatever you want to know. It's kind of the perfect place to buy coffee, you know, because they, like, you know, you ask, you know, what's the roast level of that? They have the answer for it right then and there. They even know like when it was roasted, you know. They know how many bags of coffee they have left of whatever, you know, they have. Such a cool way to buy coffee from somebody that just knows their product really well. And again, I should say, if I've missed your comment, please just ask it again so that, because I'm missing a lot of stuff. I'm tired, and so it's hard to read quickly. Diesel therapy, how's it going, man? Price Choice. I've never heard of that store. Huh. Hello, John from Boston. Oh, no. Boston from Anchorage. I don't know what that means. This is the trouble with trying to read quickly. I get all messed up. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. No Wi-Fi studio. How do I take apart my grinder? It's actually fairly easy to take apart. There's mine is a Steresso. There's I threw out the instructions that came with it, but there's a manual to do it online on their website. I think it's just like one screw and then the whole thing kind of comes apart. But I haven't taken mine apart. They give you a long brush with it. It looks like kind of like a makeup brush, I think. I don't know if it actually is, but I can actually clean it out with the makeup brush or whatever you call it, pretty easily. So I haven't needed to take mine apart yet. I think if you use dark roast beans, you need to take your grinder apart quite often, but I use light roast beans exclusively, and so it doesn't get junked up with oils quite so much. So I think that's why I've gotten away with not needing to take my grinder apart. I don't know if a YouTube Black is going to be in my future there, Spike, but we'll see. I don't know. Hippie Streamers, how's it going? Thank you. Hey, Kim from Nashville, how's it going? Cranston, I hope this is the last vehicle I have to buy. That was my hope in buying this van. Don't know if that'll work out, but that's what I hope. Yeah, I hope you do, John. If you do get a chance to get out there, it's a little hard to find, but it's out on the edge of the city, but yeah, it's worth the trip out there. Oh, have you purchased from them a couple times, Lindsay? Awesome. That's cool. You're tired too, Chrissy? Yeah, I didn't sleep good last night, so I was awake most of the night. Oh, diesel therapy. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, I got you, John. I understand. Hey, pretty good. How's it going? Yeah, hots. All right. Yeah, thanks, Christopher. I've been winding down in big projects, but it is coming together nicely. Lisa, how's it going, Lisa? Charlene, the countertop is put in, it's kind of held to the wall with some unistrut material. I bolted the unistrut to the body of the van using some of the existing seatbelt mounts. And then I just stuck the countertop on top of that. There's a piece of plywood under the stainless steel. I started out with a piece of plywood that was going to be about the same size as the countertop. And then it took me a while to find the countertop size that I wanted because it's an unusual size. Most of the restaurant supply stores carry, it's not a countertop, it's a wall shelf. And so they carry ones that aren't quite as deep. So I ran around Santa Rosa to all the restaurant supply stores there, and they didn't have it. So I eventually found one. Where did I find it? In Ventura, on my way down to LA to visit my grandmother. So I bought it down there. Otherwise, you got to special order it. And I didn't want to order one on Amazon or anything because you never know what you're going to get with that stuff. Sometimes it's real thin metal and it just doesn't hold up. Oh, you bought from Flying Goat too, Lizzie. Awesome. They are my second favorite. Anna Banana, no, I don't ever want another house. I've tried that before. It didn't work out so well for me. So once one house was enough for me. I would like to be a van lifer for life. Moira from Aberdeen, how's it going? I'm always confused now. So Scotland is part of the UK. In my mind, Scotland's different, but yeah, okay. Thank you for that. I don't know why I find that interesting, but I find that interesting, that kind of thing. Hey, Mark from Australia, how's it going? Oh, you're welcome, Vita for life. Yeah, this is a great part of Northern California. If you can afford to be here, it's a great place to be. A lot of people moving out of this part of California and heading, to other parts of California, which is kind of a shame, I don't have a wireless speaker. I know a lot of people do. I just don't want to have something else to charge. Oh, Gina, that's too bad. I'm surprised to hear that. Seems like you could go down to a Home Depot and find somebody that would do it. Or, like I like to say, just do it yourself. Then you're going to get it done right. Eunice, I don't move very often. I'm pretty hard of hearing, so I'm normally a very heavy sleeper. I wasn't last night, but I'm normally a heavy sleeper, so usually when I go to bed, I'm out and nothing's waking me up. Well, I hope you have a good dinner, Harold Lee. Oh, you saw me in Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, I remember that. Was that when I was with my parents? That was a long time ago now. Was that 2 winters ago, I think? Yeah, you're welcome, Charlene. Yeah, definitely get to a restaurant supply store if you've got one. If you got more than one, try to check all of them because they'll have slightly different stuff. And some restaurant supply stores sell pretty cheap stuff, and some restaurant supply stores only sell super high quality stuff. And so, you want to make sure that you get the right product for you without overpaying or getting something that's not in good, it's not going to last for you. Hey, Christopher. Mark, good day. Oh, that's a long time, Margot. That was a very long time. I haven't seen Chrome in years. That was back when Cruz was little and had a lot more energy. Hey, HBA Dave, how's it going? James Laura, you're asking what happened to my dog? I haven't had a dog since, ever actually. I've never had my own dog. We had a family dog growing up, but That was years ago. Rule Britannia. How's it going? Yeah, I have a friend that lives a little bit outside of Olympia, Washington, Chrissy. So I tend to, travel through Olympia. Olympia is not really my favorite place. I kind of prefer smaller cities, and there's a lot of smaller cities near Olympia, so I don't usually stay very long in Olympia. But yeah, Olympia Coffee Roasters, that's a good coffee company. They're in Tacoma and Seattle as well, because they're kind of a big operation out there in that area. Hey Anthony, how's it going, man? I'm okay today. Trying to take it easy today because I knew I was doing a live stream, so I slept in a little bit, but I'm still tired. Karen, Humboldt's Finest is good coffee. That I like it a lot. I actually went to a place the other day that serves Humboldt Bay coffee, so I've had some recently. It is only hot coffee for me. I don't ever drink cold coffee. Oh, did I give you a sticker? I don't remember. I don't remember giving you a sticker. Lilac. That was so long ago. I barely remember. Oh, we went there because my parents wanted to get an AeroPress. They tried my AeroPress coffee and they liked it so much. We went to Bed Bath & Beyond to get them an AeroPress because of the coupon thing that they did back then. So they got a good deal on it there. That's right. I guess I do remember a little bit more. Maybe my memory's not quite as bad as I think it is. It just takes something to jog it a little bit. Hey Paula, how's it going? Maisie, how are you? Victor, my favorite coffee is called Fog Line. It's out of a little tiny shop in Humboldt. Good stuff. Hey, Brett. Oh, I'm doing okay, Kat. Thank you. Hey, Catfish from the Pyrenees. Awesome. It seems like such a great place. Although I don't know anything about it except pictures I've seen. Hey, Patricia. Over 300 people. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't think anybody'd be here today, being it was kind of a big holiday for everybody. Well, not for everybody, I guess. For United States people. It's been a little warmer than that, Eunice, but yeah, I think that the hot weather is behind us. I've been saying that we've only got a couple of weeks, of summer left, and it's been a very mild summer up here, very mild. People have been complaining around. It's kind of funny. People complain about it being cooler instead of warmer, but it's not that unusual. For coastal areas like this, it's not that unusual. Elijah, you want to go? That's a big road trip. You want to go from Florida to the West Coast. I was curious if you think it would be better to go from here to Cali than Washington or reverse. It just depends on the time of year. Pretty soon, we're going to be in wintertime weather where you could see snow, especially if you're going up into Washington, like in the Olympics or into Mount Rainier. We're not far away from, seeing snow if you're going to be on a road trip like that. So if you want to stay away from snow, probably Washington first, then down here. But I don't think it matters quite so much. Yeah, Victor, retrograde's pretty good stuff. I haven't had any in quite a while, but yeah, retrograde's good. Hey, Owen, thank you. Hope you're doing good too. I don't really need my own line of coffee. I'm happy to support the little coffee companies that I find along my travels. I say this all the time, you got to pay your rent every night. If you park in a place, you got to spend money in a place. And sometimes I don't want to spend a ton of money. So sometimes my rent is just going out and getting a cup of coffee at a place, and then, occasionally I'll treat myself to a fancy cup like a latte, because it's kind of hard for me to make a latte in the van. At least I don't know if it's hard, but it's not something I really want to do all the time. So it works out well for me just to keep going out, buying a cup of coffee here and there. Other days I'm buying water, I'm buying gas, I'm buying groceries, but I buy lots of coffee from the little places. But not Starbucks, not Pete's, not the big places, not Dunkin' Donuts. I go to little places, little family-owned, tiny places. I do have AAA, Casey. I've had it for, what am I up to? Like 27 years now or something. I've had a AAA membership, something like that. I thought I had it for longer, but I think that's about right. Hey, Migrating Robin. Hey, Christy. Cooler temps on Long Island. Good. That's good. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I'll have a cup after we're done with the live stream. It'll help me wind down a little bit. I have traveled quite a bit outside of the Pacific Northwest. Snippy Snorty. That is your name, right? Snip Snorty. Sorry. I spent several months in Arizona, and that was pretty nice. And then I spent several weeks in Nevada. I didn't like that quite so much. Hey, Fun Mike is here. How's it going, man? Oh, you like snow, Elijah? Okay. If you like snow, head to Mount Rainier, because you'll see some up there. It stays snowy up there year round. Lisa, I'm glad to hear you're liking the fog line. I don't think I've had that Hoffy Day lot. Of course, I'm not drinking caffeinated coffee at the moment, so I'm pretty much just drinking their decaf. Isn't that terrible, Chrissy, when you have something and you can't remember what it is, or even worse when it goes off the market and you can't find it anymore? I mean, that's even worse. Did you try the fog line HBA, Dave? I didn't realize you had, but it's your local coffee, so you should be drinking it. One of your local coffees. I mean, you know, there's a lot of local coffees up here that are pretty fantastic. A couple I don't like, but most of it's pretty fantastic. Calvin, I don't. I've gotten sick of noise, but I don't. Other than that, I don't really. Once I'm parked for the night, I just don't really move ever. One time, somebody's dog was barking out the back of their bus, and it was like just 5 feet away from me, and it was just, well, they had two dogs, and they just barked for a couple hours nonstop, and I mean absolutely nonstop, and I finally just moved. So occasionally I'll move, but not very often. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Anthony. My channel is a coffee channel, I think. I've lived on the East Coast, Harold Lee, for a few years, and I've kind of had enough of it. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like I like the West Coast, and there's a lot of area here on the West Coast that I want to check out. So probably won't be going to the East Coast anytime soon. Hey, Teresa, how's it going? Thank you, Teresa. I did stay in Flagstaff for a little while. I was all over. That was one of the only times that I really stayed out of cities, was when I was in Arizona. And I stayed out of cities until I got to Flagstaff. And then most of the time I was in Flagstaff, I was in the city, parking in the city at night. But I wasn't feeling good at all, so that was part of the reason I was trying to stay close to supplies and stuff. I did park outside the city. I really liked Flagstaff. I just didn't like the elevation. Flagstaff was awesome. I mean, Arizona was just awesome everywhere over there. Yeah, John, there's a ferry that goes to Bellingham. I've never actually taken that ferry. I don't do very many live streams, TN. This will be maybe one of only 3 or 4 all year. Hey, Baron Clark, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching. Sam from Belize, how's it going? Oh, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Yeah, me too, Kat. Give me colder temperatures any day. Oh, thank you, Rogue Spartan. That's nice of you. I don't eat out very often. I do go to the co-op occasionally because I can usually find something quick there, but we've got a really good food co-op in Eureka. Well, they've got 2 locations, but Yeah, the food co-op in Eureka is pretty good. And I can get something there. Sometimes I go in there and I can't find anything that I can actually eat. So I usually just do all my own cooking most of the time. But I go in there for a salad occasionally. You know, I just get salad out of the salad bar because salad doesn't hold very well in my fridge. I usually end up freezing it. You stay in Lake Havasu City? Okay. I've been to Lake Havasu a few times. Oh, that's very cool. You teach, Nelly. Okay, awesome. Very cool. Yeah, Flagstaff is cool. I agree with you there, Karen, and I especially agree with you. Phoenix, not so much. That's putting it nicely. Phoenix is just too big. I don't think there's anything wrong with Phoenix. It's just too big. It's like LA, you know, it just goes forever and ever. I think if you're, Barbara, if you're in a different country, then my videos that come out on Tuesday. I was noticing that too. I was thinking, well, my videos come out on Monday, but I put them out Monday evening. So a lot of people think that they come out Tuesday morning or afternoon or whatever it is. Fogline collaboration with Static. I don't know anything about coffee, really. I just know what I like to drink. I'm going to leave the coffee expertise to the people that actually know what they're doing. Subtractive moves. People in Humboldt are very kind, very generous, and very laid back. It's kind of like island time in Humboldt. If you've ever been to an island and everything just kind of, you know, we open at, you know, 9-ish, maybe. That's kind of the Humboldt way. Very expensive. Humboldt's very expensive, but also not a lot of jobs in Humboldt either. So Humboldt's a great place to visit, but to live is a kind of a different story for, you know, for most people. Oh, thanks, Cindy. I'm glad you're here too. I'm doing okay today. Your family goes to Utah a lot, Bridget? Yeah, I've got some friends that spend a lot of time in Utah, and they seem to really like it. I haven't been quite out that far for a while. I've been to Utah, but not for a long time. Magnolia, yeah, McKinleyville's awesome. It's right in the middle of Humboldt, and it's a great place. Nice little town. Yeah, good year. That's, yeah, okay, yeah, that's in Phoenix. Yeah, Press Coffee. I've never heard of them. Huh. Oh, Tuba City's 81 miles from Flagstaff. Okay. When you wrote that earlier, I wasn't I wasn't quite sure where Tuba City was, but okay, interesting. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Have I made biscuits lately? No. It's been warm for me, so it's usually one of those cooler weather things that I make. But I'll probably get back to them in the next week or so as the weather cools down a bit more. And a banana box coffee Canada? No, I've never heard of that actually. Never heard of that at all. I have to look that up later. I'm not a big music person. I listen to music a little bit, but just not much. Oh, thank you, Rug Spartan. I I hope to show places as they really are to get you to visit there, especially some of the places that need, more tourism. I'm that's the thing. Like, I want to see my favorite places, do well and stick around, and so I try to get people to visit some of my favorite places, and Humboldt is one of those places. I try to get people to visit there. What do I think of Santa Barbara and Montecito? Not much. I don't. I'm not. I grew up in Southern California, and I've just kind of had enough of Southern California, and Santa Barbara is just quintessential Southern California, so it's really not my favorite place to be. I used to really like Santa Barbara. Used to really like it, but I don't know. It's just a big city to me anymore, and it's not terribly van life friendly either. I don't think, although a lot of people have told me I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. The times I've been there, it's just been hard to find a place to park at night because it's just crowded. So the crowded thing, if it's a crowded city, I just don't care for it. It's like San Francisco. I mean, San Francisco is a great place, right? But it's too crowded. It's just too hard to park. It's not just at night, it's too hard to park anytime. So in both of those places, so I don't know, places that are hard to park in, I don't know, I just don't really like to spend my time there. Muck bike, I'm not really sure I would know a lot of places like that. If you're going to be just setting up a tent like that, I don't have any real legal places to do that around here necessarily. I mean, you could do it and get away with it, I guess, but it wouldn't be legal in a lot of places. Humboldt, even though it's not legal to do that, you probably get away with it most of the time. I don't know. I don't know. Not something I would know a whole lot about, unfortunately. Sorry. What's the menu for dinner tonight, Calvin? You probably want to hear me say a hamburger, right? I know you, Calvin, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe enchiladas tonight. I've got some cheese I need to use up, if it hasn't gone bad already. I've had some cheese down in my fridge that I totally forgot about, and it got buried. So I thought, you know what? I better use that up tonight, if it's still okay to eat. It's Tuesday mid-morning in the coast of Australia. Yeah. See, everybody, I intend my videos to go up at, early evening, late afternoon, right? I put them at 4:30 California time. But of course, then I start to realize, well, that's different for everybody. Rogue Spartan, I get people coming up to me all the time, every day, live in vans that don't live in vans. When I'm in Humboldt, people come up and talk to me every day. It's very rare that I'll talk to several people over a day because I'm always in a city, right? So, well, I shouldn't say I'm always in a city, but I'm usually always in a city. So there's always people around, and because I don't do that stupid stealth thing, doesn't exist. I leave my doors open, and so people just walk up and start chatting with me. So yeah, I meet all kinds of people. Humboldt's pretty friendly, so that's a common thing here. Other places I go, people don't talk to me at all, but it's one of the reasons I like being in Humboldt, because I get plenty of conversation going every day with people. I think it's fun meeting new people and talking to new people. People are just incredibly interesting. I'm trying to do that, Sam. I do have a second channel, and it's supposedly an ASMR channel, but I haven't had the time to deal with it lately, so it's just there. But at some point I will get back to it. One of my mics broke, so that's caused me a little bit of a problem. But then, it takes a long time to do anything, to record a video, edit a video. But I'll get back to it at some point. Karen, how is trying to van life in Slough? Most of Slough is pretty nice. Weather's really good. Pretty van life friendly most places in Slough. It's not my favorite place, but I mean, it's pretty nice. I've spent quite a bit of time there over the last few years, and I don't have a real issue with it other than it has grown so much. It's gotten so busy that the last 2 times I was there, I had trouble finding places to park at night. It was just wall-to-wall cars and like new houses, new apartments. It was just crazy how many people have moved into Slough. Absolutely crazy. Hey, Ron, how's it going, man? Yeah, about sharing places, I share places on my videos, and I put up maps on my videos so you can kind of get a general idea of where I am. But as far as specific places like that, giving people pin drops on Google Maps, you can do that. You can go on your Google Maps and put a pin on places that I've talked about. But I don't, giving people a map like that, I don't know if that's something I'm going to do. I try to encourage people to kind of look for places on your own, just kind of get an idea of an area, and and then you may not like the same places I do. So if you see something in my video that you kind of like the looks of, look at the surrounding areas on Google Maps and then kind of decide if that's what you're looking for. But that's kind of my thought process with that. I give you the kind of general area, and then hopefully you see something that you like. But we've all got such different tastes. It's I don't know. I would just rather leave that kind of stuff to people to figure out. Elvis, yeah, Crum, I talked to Crum a little bit. I generally don't text him very often because he's so busy. But I just wished him a happy birthday the other day, and he texted me right back because he was actually in Niagara Falls when I texted him. So he texted me back a funny picture. So, I chat with him a little bit. He actually checked in with me back when I first got the van, and just to make sure that I had everything that I needed. And he was giving me some advice on power and stuff. So, you know, he checks in on me once in a while, which is nice, but I tend not to text him or anything because I just figure he's too busy to be talking to me. Everybody knows him and he gives his number out to everybody. So it's like his phone just goes off all day long. So I figure, you know, he doesn't need me bugging him all the time. Hey, dancing girl, how's it going? Three generations. No, I didn't do a video on installing my ceiling fans. I didn't. That was kind of involved, and I was trying to get them in. I was under a huge time crunch to get that done, and so it was just going to take too long to try to record it. I do have another one I need to put in. Maybe I'll record when I put the third one in. There's some funny comments, and I sometimes I'm not going to read them. So stealth doesn't exist, and the thing that I've learned in 9 years of doing this is that even if you think you're being stealthy, people know. People know. They absolutely know. And so I've found that it's just not, it's not comfortable to try to be comfortable. Plus, people tend to mess with you more when you're trying to be stealthy because they know that you're in there. So it's just, it doesn't make sense. It just really doesn't make sense at all. But I mean, you know, that's me 9.5 years in to living in a van. You start to see how things really are versus the kind of fake stories that get put up on YouTube, because there's too many of those. So that's why I don't get involved with those kind of fake stories and do all that stuff. Calvin, I just put new tires on when I was in Santa Rosa after I left LA and I stopped in Santa Rosa on my way north. I put new tires on, so that's only been a few hundred miles. I don't drive much. I think over the last week, I've driven like 6 miles. No, over the last 5 days. No, 6 days. Over the last 6 days, I've driven 6 miles. So if that gives you an idea of my mileage, not a lot of miles. Lydia Rico was talking about me. I've met her. I mean, I've hung out with her a couple of times, but I doubt that she would remember me. Where was she talking about me? I'll have to go look. I don't actually follow her. I know who she is because, you know, I hung out with her. Bobby, I've got Michelin Cross Climates. I wanted to wait for the Cross Climate 3s, but I couldn't wait that long, so I have the old, outdated Cross Climate 2s, and they're amazing. Oh, Barbara, was somebody asking about the second channel? There's, if you go to any video of mine, if you go to the description, go all the way down, there's a link to it in any video. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Madison Ray, how are you? You've been living in a Jeep for 10 years, Digital Drifter. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Northern California and the Pacific Northwest is very van life friendly. You know, there was a time, especially when I was in Southern California, when I got to a town, if I was feeling a little uneasy, I would park right near either the police station or the sheriff's station, leave my doors open so that they could see that I was in here. And then just so that they knew that, like, I'm in here, you know, you can see me. And that was better, I think, because then they would see you and then they'd be like, okay, he lives in his van, so we'll watch out for him. Just made it a little bit safer. Like, who's going to break into a vehicle in front of the police station? Probably not going to happen very often. But I mean, up here, like, it's just so chill up here that I don't know. I don't really need to do that anymore. I feel safer when Anna Banana. I feel safer when I know people know that I'm in my van. I have a story about somebody trying to break into my van because he didn't know that I was in here because I was being super quiet. That was back when I was being stealthy. And he was an idiot that he didn't notice that, like, the van was moving because I was moving around, you know. But yeah, anyway. Angela, how's it going? Hello to you too, friend. My ProMaster City being a city van, is driving one in the mountains going to be good? It was a great van for any kind of driving for the first 3-4 years that I owned it, and then after that, when the engine was ready to explode, it wasn't good for anything at all. But they've all got bad engines. Coffee's the best, isn't it, Donna? Coffee is the best. Right, Karen. I don't think people realize how little I drive. If I don't have to drive much, I don't drive much. You know, my whole thing is to be outside for as much as I can. Of course, I haven't been able to walk too much the last few months, but if I can just park somewhere, if I can find a place to park somewhere that I know the van's going to be safe and just walk, that's what I do. You know, there's a lot of days where I'll park and realize, you know, I need groceries, but, you know, I could walk half a mile to the grocery store. Easy, right? Easy peasy. Even if I'm not feeling good, I can still do that. So, you know, there's times where I don't need to drive the van. I take advantage of that. Hey, Bill's in the house. Happy Labor Day to you too, Bill. You didn't miss anything. We're just chatting. Oh, you have a ProMaster. Sorry, camper fanatic. I'm still salty over mine. I would have liked to have kept that van because it was actually, you know, the size and shape of it. Sounded like I was going to swear there. It was size and shape together coming out. Size and shape of that ProMaster City to me was like perfect. I wished I could have kept that van, but with all the engine problems that they're having, I, you know, couldn't do it. I feel bad, but, you know, that van didn't owe me anything though. You know, I mean, 9 years I had that van, and I mean, it was bad the last, you know, few years I owned it, but I mean, man, that was a great van. For the first 4 years I had that van was fantastic. Oh, Ren Ocean, how's it going? Hey, Chippy. Chippy is here. How's it going? All right. See you later, Chippy. Nice to see you. Have a nice sleep. No, I don't. I don't do the expense thing. I don't know. It's just people get kind of crazy. I get enough crazy comments as it is. I don't doing a video like that where people saw how much I spend on coffee. I'm not doing that. You'd probably be shocked at how much I spend on coffee and food. You know, I'm only slightly kidding about that because I'm kind of shocked how much I spend on coffee and food. Well, Anthony, I try to be as open as I can. There's so many fake YouTube channels out there. It really is a shame. And I have to bite my tongue sometimes. There's these big channels that I'm not even going to try to give you a guess as to who I'm thinking about, but they say that they've been living in a van for years and they've owned land, been living in a house for years. And, they've been lying the whole time about it. It makes me really upset because they give bad advice to people. And, I think that's why people have a problem trying to move into a van and live out of a van when they're taking advice from somebody that is pretending to live in a van and they're just giving advice that sounds good on a video. And then people get into their van and realize that this is not like the video is talking about. We don't need that. Especially when people sink all their money into buying a van because, vans are expensive. I just, 7 months ago, I just bought a van. Vans are expensive. And once you buy your van, you're kind of stuck. Especially if you're getting bad advice. Anyway, there's me on my soapbox. Karen, you're asking if I'm planning a channel meetup? No, I'm not. I'm not asking a channel meet. I'm not planning a channel meetup. It's a little more than I can manage at the moment. Oh, Chuck Tro, glad to hear you're liking the Yellowbird. Well, I will say this. I'm going to try the best I can to get to Chrome's meetup. If you don't know who Chrome is, he's a good friend of mine. Van City Van Life is his YouTube channel. He's got a cute little dog. Well, he's got 2 cute little dogs. He's having a meetup for his channel meetup on Vancouver Island next year. So if you're there, we could meet up there, do that. Chrome actually called me and asked me if I was going to be at his meetup next year. I said, I will do the best I can to make it. I didn't say yes, but but I am going to do the best I can to make that meetup. So if you want to know where I'll be and have a meetup, we can meet up on Vancouver Island next year. Easy enough. There it's, and then I don't have to do any planning. I'd leave that up for Crum and what's her name, Amanda. Crum and Amanda. I think I'm missing some questions. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chrissy, that's exactly what I do. I mean, if I don't have to move, I do move my van every day, but I might not move it first thing in the morning if I don't need to. If there's parking restrictions, of course, then I got to move. I don't have any choice about that. But yeah, if I can just, Karen, if I leave the van and just walk around, that gets me outside, gets me walking around. I'd much rather do that. Yeah, Digital Drifter, everything is more expensive now, and so no matter what you do, if you decide to buy a house, you're usually stuck with the house, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what you decide to do. Everything is so expensive unless you're making a lot of money. I certainly don't make a lot of money. I've got to watch it, It's like buying this van. It was a big deal to me because I was thinking, my income has been dropping steadily over the last decade. So, in part because I'm getting older, I don't want to work 60 hours a week anymore like I did when I was 20. I can't do that anymore, So I'm thinking like, I want to buy a van that I can keep for a long time because I know I want to do van life for a long time, as long as possible. But, if I've got to buy another van in a few years, I'm going to be in bad shape, I don't have the dates on that. You can go over to Crumb's channel, Van City Van Life. It was maybe a month ago that he did the announcement for it, and then he's talked about it elsewhere. It might be on his website too. Well, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, there's a video if you just go back on his videos, or just start watching his videos from here on out. He'll be talking about it. It looks like it's going to be awesome. Apu Brathwaite, you bought a bottle of Yellowbird on your vacation. I'm sorry you can't get any more. I'm glad you liked it though. We need to figure out how to make our own Yellowbird, right? And then we could just make it ourselves. Maybe it won't be as good, but it would be, something. Linda Green, you're having Cornish pasties. All right. Have a good night. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it, Madison Ray? But, I mean, there's fake people everywhere, unfortunately. It kind of gets it gets me kind of riled up because I see people dumping money into a van, and then I've talked to so many people over the last 9 years that have gotten into van life and then gotten right out of it within a few weeks or a few months and said, it's not for me, because they get the wrong impression of what it's going to be like, which is too bad, Hey, Jian, how's it going? Nice to see you. Is it morning for you? Things only fly off shelves. Bags are easier to contain. Did somebody ask about my bags up here, Bill? I must have missed that. You can dare ask, Karen, but I'm not going to answer you. You know better than that. I'm not answering that. Oh, interesting, Digital Drifter. You didn't intend to be in the Jeep for that long, but yeah. I mean, if it's working, right? It is scary that stuff's getting more expensive. Van toys? John Smarkman, vantoys.com is my buddy's website. Oh, Angela, thank you. It's very nice of you. I get a cookie too. Awesome. Thank you, Angela. I've been having to watch my sweets, but I will definitely get a cookie, because one cookie isn't going to hurt me too much, is it? You want a retirement village, Bill? They have those things. There's a bunch of them around. You can spend a little bit and then move around. There's one that has like 3 different properties. I think they're trying to get more, and you can kind of move around. They've got Wi-Fi there, and you can plug in for power, and kind of interesting setup. I forget the name of it. Oh, thank you, Bill. That's nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Oh, you're in the Philippines. I keep forgetting that, Xian. Yeah, Bobby, I actually kind of like the older vans. I mean, this van's what, 13 years old, and I like it. It's got a lot of electronics on it, and I think that the newer ones have even more electronics, and I think the electronics are the thing that scare me. I've actually had a little bit of an issue with some electronics just when I was doing my building work. I cut the wrong wire, and then I had to try to figure out how to fix it. So the electronics thing is kind of, not what I like to see. I like the older vans, really. That's a good point there, Digital Drifter. You can definitely go a lot farther having more clearance. Good night, Jen. Have a nice night. Thanks for stopping in and chatting. Hey, Jamie O, how's it going? This is kind of a Q&A, isn't it? Yeah, 2008's even better probably. The newer they get, just the more electronics and the more things go wrong. Electronics don't do well with, moisture and vibration, but a van's outside all the time and driving down the road getting, tossed around. It's not good. And, the newer stuff's just got more and more electronics in them. Oh, 2007 Jeep, okay. Huh. The best thing to do, Calvin, is just watch one of my older videos this week, or watch 2 or 3 older videos this week. That would be the biggest help you can give to me. My views have dropped quite considerably. It doesn't help I've been doing kind of shorter videos and only 1 video a week, but it's my own fault. But yeah, if you want to watch a video or 2 of my older videos, that's the absolute best way to help me. That's my honest answer. And do a little thumbs up and all that. Leave a comment. That helps too. Do the grounds disposal irritate you ever? No, I since I've been drinking decaf, they kind of stick in my, they kind of stick on my AeroPress a little bit more. So I have to kind of knock it against my trash can a little bit more, but I don't really notice a big difference other than that. An 89 GMC, okay, nice. Oh, it's a high top too. Very cool, Susie. My memories from the first night I started, I don't remember. I parked directly in front of the house where my friend lived that I was renting a room from when I built out my van. So there wasn't a big difference. I just parked, and instead of going inside into my room, I just stayed in the van that night. So it wasn't a huge difference. Kind of a weird feeling though. The first 2 weeks was weird because I would get off of work and I'd think like, what do I do with myself? Like, where do I go? You know, I can't go back to the house. So what do I do with myself? So the first two weeks was kind of weird, but I settled right in after that. Relevant Traveler, I did get a new mic. You're listening to it. Hopefully it sounds good. I think the gain is turned up a little bit too high, but usually people complain that they can't hear me, so I cranked the gain up on this one. So, so I didn't have any complaints about can't being able to hear anything. Oh, thanks for watching my older videos, Camper Fanatic. And you too, Anna Banana. Oh, I'm not feeling so bad, Chrissy, today. This has been a pretty easy day. I didn't do anything today because I knew I was going to do a live stream, so I just decided not to do anything at all today. This is the most I've done so far today. I actually did take a little walk, but that's about it. Digital Drifter, no. If I think they can tell if you're watching or not. So, yeah, I mean, just watch a video. But yeah, running the playlist, I think if you do that, they can tell you're not watching, and then it kind of counts against me, I think. Oh, Ren, you switched to instant because you don't like the, I see, you don't like the grounds. I can understand that. You know, the pour over coffee, I used to do V60 pour over coffee, and you know, it all just sits in the paper filter. And then when you're done, you pick up the paper filter, you throw it out, boom, you're done. No mess at all. And I kind of miss that a little bit, but you know, the AeroPress, I just wipe it with a little piece of paper towel. I actually take a paper towel and I cut it into little strips. I cut it into little strips like this wide, just so I get a bunch of strips out of it. And then I use that to wipe off my AeroPress. It's weird that the decaf coffee grounds are different than regular coffee grounds. Jefferson Space, it's funny you should ask that. For some reason, I didn't know that the rear AC was back there. I mean, I guess I should have known, but I just found it like a month and a half ago, and I was like, I was so dejected. I was like, why is that here in my way? I do not want to mess with moving that thing because I think it's hooked up to the front somehow. I don't know if it is, but I don't want to mess with it. All that wiring and stuff, I don't want to mess with it. It's just going to stay there. I never really run it ever. I did have a couple of kind of hot days when I was in LA, and so I did run it for a few minutes while I was driving somewhere. But I mean, I very rarely turn it on because, you know, I'm up here where I don't need air conditioning. But yeah, I was so sad when I pulled the panel out because I was trying to see what was behind, and I was thinking like, okay, where am I going to put this, or where am I going to put that? And I'm like, oh, why didn't I realize that was there? I should have known. I should have known it was there. I'm still upset, as you could probably hear. I prefer spring and fall. I put up with winter, but Ricky Lee Reynolds, I put up with winter, but I prefer spring and fall. Joe's Blue Wagon, how's it going? I'm glad you like the sound of it, Relevant. Mid-90s. Too much. Hello back, Kathleen. I did, Anna. I had a little snack earlier. I'll need to make some dinner, but I had a little snack earlier and just relaxed, really. Ted, I went last winter to visit my grandmother, but yeah, I generally don't go down to Southern California anymore. Oh, the coffee bothers you that much, Karen? Wow. You could be like me and drink some good decaf. It's hard to find good decaf, but there is some good decaf out there. Cheers, Gian. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. I'll have some later after the live stream is done. I don't have a whole lot of projects right away, Calvin, but I've got a little one that I'll probably do a video on, maybe next week. I got a couple big projects coming up, but I don't know when I'm going to get to those exactly. Yeah, that's true, Nellie. I went to a really cool place down in where is that? North of Marin County. I don't know, but there was a little village that they've kept intact, and that was so cool. And that video didn't get very many views. I didn't think. I thought it would do much better. It's interesting to me because I'm part Cherokee, so I enjoy learning a little bit more about that stuff, even though it's not my tribe. But I just love all that stuff. I need to know a little bit more about the tribes up here. I'm not sure I know how to answer your question, Three Basket. I'm happy living in my van. I'm not really sure I understand a hypothetical question like that. Sorry, I don't know. I'm happy to be in my van, If I could have held on to my house and rented it out and did van life, I may have done that, but I didn't really know about van life at the time, so that, wasn't an opportunity for me. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce that correctly, but Tui Pham, how are you doing, Tui Pham? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. I don't do a lot of live streams, Tui Pham, so most of my stuff on here is videos about me going about my day, but I appreciate you watching today. Oh, hey, Kathy L. Does the same for me too. So have a nice night, Kathy. Yeah, relevant. I don't want to deal with any of it, honestly. It's not a big deal. It's there. It's not a big deal. I would have liked the space for something else, but I don't know. I noticed that hype button, Nicole Lacey, but I had to look it up to see what it was. I guess it's just a new thing to try to promote videos. It's because they've changed the like suggested page thing. So it's a new thing that they're trying out. I think I've I've hyped up all my friends' videos, and then I don't have any more to hype up at the moment because they only give you so many times that you can hype during the week. I think it was 3 or something. I forget. John Bradley, the video that I was talking about with the village, the native village. I don't know how to. I don't know how to tell you. It was from 2 winters ago. When the live is over, I can put a channel page post, a channel post up, and direct your attention to it. I forget what I named that video. I forget where. Oh, it was near Point Reyes Station. So if you type StaticCampervan and Point Reyes Station, it'll probably come up because I've only got 2 videos from Point Reyes Station, I think. Good night, Vivian. Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, it was a Miwok village, Breezy. Thank you. You got a good memory, better memory than me. Yeah, you said it, Ron. Having a reliable vehicle is definitely better. Hey, Nomadic Artist, how's it going? No, I agree with you, Anna. I wouldn't have liked being a landlord, but you know, it would have served a purpose for a little while. But yeah, I have no regrets about not having the house anymore. I appreciate you watching, Nelly. I think Australians do better coffee, right, Rogue? I don't want to get into a whole thing, but you know, about the flat white, whether you invented it or New Zealand invented it. I'm not saying which side I'm on with that, but like it seems like Australians like better coffee, or Americans are more about price. You know, if something's cheap, that's kind of the way we go. You know, we kind of buy coffee for the price over the taste. I mean, I did for years, but I mean, I was drinking coffee just to stay warm, so I didn't kind of get it at first. But then when I started to realize it was actually coffee that tastes good, like it tastes like it smells, then I was like, hey, yeah, I don't mind paying a little bit more for this. Bobby, no, I have no use for Netflix or anything Hollyweird. I have no tolerance for Hollyweird anything. I don't care if it's a movie or TV. No, absolutely no tolerance for it at all. Hey, Tim. I don't know what's for dinner. I'm thinking enchiladas, but then I may get tired and not want to do the effort. But we'll see. Oh, Triple M, awesome. That's very cool. Do they call that Fog City? I didn't know they called that Fog City, but it makes sense. I was just there not too long ago, and it was foggy. Oh yeah, Jitter Drifter, that's not something you should do at all. Please don't do that. That can kind of get me in trouble, actually. Yeah, don't, just watch a video. I mean, if you're going to watch a playlist, watch it, but if you're just going to let it run, I think they can tell that you're not actually watching it, and I don't get any credit for that. Murray G, hello. Hey, David Lerma, how's it going? You are right, Barbara. Thank you. Oh, Law USA, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Hey, Melinda. Yeah, my weekend was okay. Taste for the win, that's right. When it comes to coffee, definitely taste for the win. Subtractive moves, it kind of depends on what you want. There's a lot to see, and Humboldt's spread out. So, yeah, I mean, it should be enough time if do keep in mind that there's still some permits and reservations that you need for certain places. So, depending on what you want to see, you may have to get a reservation ahead of time. So just look into all that with some of the places that you're going to. But Humboldt's big, so you could be traveling a lot of distance. Although it's not a lot of traffic out here. I do not like Hollyweird. It's just every time I hear anything about Hollyweird, my stomach just turns. And yet people ask me every day about it. I've made a whole video talking about my hatred of all Hollyweird stuff. And then even in that video, people are like, but this movie is so great. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I really don't. Oh, you tried the Alta Vista from Fogline. Good. I hope you're liking it a lot, Dan. Hey, Amelia. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you too. Bonchi, I do not miss my ProMaster at all. I enjoyed the heck out of it when I owned it, but I am happy to be done with it and on to something better. This van starts every day. It drives up hills. Like I was going up a hill the other day and it just drove up the hill. It drove up the hill. I checked the oil the other day and I didn't have to add 2 quarts. It's like there's all these amazing things that this van does that the old van didn't. The oil's a huge thing because this van takes the same oil as my old van, and it was expensive oil, 0.20 weight oil, and it had to be synthetic, and it was ridiculously expensive, and that van just sucked oil like crazy. Hey, Laura Coggs, how's it going? Yeah, no video this week, Laura. We're just doing a live stream because it's a holiday. No, K9, it wasn't that village, but it was just outside of Point Reyes Station. I know there's a bunch of them over there. I intended to get back there last winter, but I wasn't able to. We'll see about this winter if I get that far south this winter. I probably won't get that far south this winter, but we'll see. If I am, I'll definitely get back there because I enjoyed that so much. The town you live in has a huge coffee culture, Anthony? Okay. That's pretty awesome having several coffee roasters. I mean, that's when you know that you're living in a good coffee place is when you have local roasters and a bunch of them. You're getting the best of the best coffee. Hey, I like to hear that, Henri. There we go. Somebody finally agrees with me on that. I could make a cheese quesadilla. I don't have any I don't have any tortillas at the moment, so no quesadillas tonight. You like Anna Banana? You like New York weird more than Hollywood weird? I don't know what that means, Karen. Oh, thank you, Louie. I'm glad to hear that. I cranked up the volume on this one, Louie. So I'm glad to hear that it's sounding good. Yeah, I don't think anybody should go out and buy a new van or an old van or anything, Calvin. I think you should try it out first. I always tell people rent a van. Just rent a van, even if it's just overnight, and sleep in it. You'll get a very quick idea about what you're gonna, experience on a day-to-day basis. I mean, obviously you're not gonna get a full idea, but you'll get a very good idea about how you're gonna fit in it, space-wise. A poop Brathwaite, no, because I don't really get out in the wild very often. Although I did have a whole flock of mice that were getting in my van when I was where I was outside of Sedona, Arizona. It actually forced me out of that camp spot. I was there a few days and I loved it, and I wanted to stay my whole 7-day limit, and I couldn't. The mice are crazy. Hey, Violet's here. How's it going, Violet? No, Mari G. I've got lots of little things left to do and a couple of big projects to do on the van. So the van's not nearly done, but I mean, it's comfortable now. I got a little storage space here now. So it's comfortable, but lots to do yet. Oh, thanks, Henri. Day 49. I'm okay, thanks. You're welcome, Ricky Lee. Have a nice night. My bed is like 11 inches off the floor, something like that. 10 or 11, I forget. I could have told you exactly how much it was in my old van, but this one I've chopped it a couple of times, so I forget the exact height. You should search out your local roasters. You have 10 different roasters in Myrtle Beach alone? That's incredible. That's awesome. Huh. A coffee fest, that sounds good to me. Huh. Oh, well, thanks. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate you watching. There is a lot to do in Humboldt, isn't there, Lisa? Best place on earth, in my opinion, anyway. Oh, Melinda, you're drinking Muddy Waters. That's one of those that I want to like. I just have not found a coffee from Muddy Waters that I've liked. So I kind of gave up on buying them. I like the company. I like what they're doing. I don't know. There's something about every time I've tried a different one. I've only tried 4 or 5, and they've got dozens, I think. So I should try something new eventually. Oh, thank you, Patricia. From the other Trinidad. Not my Trinidad. You're from the other Trinidad. Hey, Timothy. No, I hope to never be in Arizona ever again. I enjoyed all the time I spent there, but man, it's too long of a drive for me. I can't do that kind of driving anymore. I'm glad I got to spend so much time in Arizona when I did, but I probably won't ever be back, unfortunately. It's kind of sad, but I guess never say never, right? What are you talking horses with the old van, Chrissy? I had squirrels. That's as much as I had in that van. Yeah, Elvis, they ship all over. They do have an espresso. Everything they roast is a little bit on the lighter side. So if you like a really heavy dark roast, it might not be the coffee for you. But yeah, I think the website's foglinecoffee.com, something like that. But if you just search Fogline Coffee, it'll come right up. But yeah, they ship all over. Yeah, that's good advice, Digital Drifter. Buy some 2x4s, and I mean, I'm using metal stuff now, but yeah, 2x4s are, good for a short term time, even though the price of them has gone up like mad. But yeah, spend the minimal amount you can. Minimal, is that what I said? I don't think I said minimal, but yeah, spend the minimal amount you can and try it out before you jump in. Ichabod is here, apparently. JK, I've been kayaking in years. I had a bad experience the last time I kayaked. Well, canoed, I should say. I haven't really wanted to do it since. Mondo Enterprises about the mice, and yeah, if you're out in the desert, you definitely have to think about it. Can I sleep widthwise in my Sienna? No, absolutely not. Maybe in some cities you'd have to worry about mice. New York City, maybe. I know when I was in New York City one time, I saw lots of rats. That would probably be an issue, but I don't know, in any of the cities I've been, I haven't had an issue with mice. I've only had issues with mice when I was in the desert. I haven't even had issues with mice in the forests. Being in forests, I haven't had any problems at all, actually. I did get a mouse jumped in my van when I was in Mount Rainier camping. We were taking stuff out of the van and one jumped in, but it let itself out, so it didn't end up being a problem. Yeah, Torrin's in a Sienna now too. I didn't know that, and I saw the video same as you when he posted it. I still have his number, I think, but yeah, I haven't talked to him actually. I mean, we've left some comments on each other's videos, but I haven't actually talked to him. It's kind of difficult, because he lives in Canada, so it's kind of hard. I don't know. It's kind of hard to communicate. I haven't been to Canada in a long time, so I should text him and see how he's doing. He hasn't put out any videos lately, has he? He did that one or two, and that was about it. Oh, potato soup sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, Sedona was fantastic. I loved being in Sedona. Just not that one spot. Hey, Pacific Northwest Mats, how's it going, man? Yeah, Calvin, I do that all the time. 4 or 5 times a week even. I don't have a problem parking in the same place. I might not be in the same exact place, but I'll park in the same block. several times a week. Absolutely. If I'm out of the way and I'm not parking in somebody else's parking spot that I'm going to be a problem for somebody, and that I can just go back and park there, yeah, I'm gonna park there a lot. So that's kind of what I do. I try to find places that are kind of out of the way, that I'm not going to bug anybody. That's what works for me. Hey, Joe Mercer, how's it going, man? You know, Star Oceans, I'm not sure how that works. I'm part Cherokee, and I guess there's no real way to verify that, like with other tribes. And I don't know. That's what I've been told anyway. And so I don't. It's not really something I've looked into. But I do enjoy looking at the culture of all the tribes when I move around to places and seeing, you know, just how they lived, how they set up stuff. I never knew. It was my great grandmother, and I never knew her. So it's kind of new stuff for me. So I find it a little more interesting. You know, all the stuff I should have known, but I never got to meet her. I never stay at Walmart. No, I don't know why I would. I never stay on private property, so it's just not something I want to do. I haven't heard of those roasters in Spokane, Dan, but I've never been to Spokane, so. Oh, thank you so much, Elvis. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you, Elvis. Thank you so much. Oh, you already ordered some, Elvis. Well, if it was expensive, you shouldn't have got it. I hope you like it. I really like Fogline. It's just my favorite company. But you know, part of the reason that I like them and that they're my favorite is I like a lighter roast coffee, which they have a lot of light roast stuff. I didn't even buy the medium roast stuff that they do. I just stick to the light roast stuff that they have, and I just like kind of their vibe. I like that it's a tiny company. The owners are really awesome people. Oh, sorry, Matt. I unmodded you. I forget why. It wasn't anything personal, but yeah. Please don't take it personal, Matt. Oh, I see, Susan. Yeah, doing a DNA test. You know, anymore, I don't really want to do those DNA tests because I don't want to sound like I'm a hippie conspiracy theorist, but I don't like what they do with the data. Like one of the big companies that did the DNA testing got sold. The company shut down, then they sold out. They sold all that data to some big corporation. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of it. I probably would have done it years ago, but I think now I'm not interested in doing the DNA testing anymore. Well, nice to see you here too, PJ. Thanks for coming in. JK, I don't know about new states. I'm trying to stay more in places that I like. Probably travel more to places that have friends and family to visit than anything else. And then that would be the first thing. And then the second would just be places that I like to be, that have really good weather, that have the weather that I want to be in. So that's kind of limiting me to the West Coast now. But there's a lot here in California that I want to get to. There's all kinds of places in California that I've been wanting to visit for 30 years, 40 years, maybe more. So I'm hoping to do that now that I have a better van that can get me around. You like the rainy videos, Rogue? Yeah, I like those days too. Those are my favorite days. It's kind of cool that people like those videos the best. Texas Pete hot sauce? No, I don't think I've heard of that one. Yeah, I mean, you can rent something down pretty easily, and then that way you can just test it out. I think that's kind of a better way than just jumping into a van that you don't really know anything about. Yeah, Susie, that's where I kind of get into that whole thing where I just don't trust them. And I don't know if what does it really matter? I'm just an old guy that lives in a tin can, so what does it really matter? But I don't know, it kind of bugs me that nothing's, you do business with a company and then it changes hands and it turns into something else. Like Whole Foods, when Whole Foods first opened up, I really liked them. And then they turned into this other thing. They're not anything like they used to be. That's probably the best example I can give. And now they're just Amazon. Whole Foods is just Amazon. That's what it is. And I shop there occasionally. If it's the close store instead of driving across town or something. But whenever I do shop there, I miss the old store the way it used to be. Oh, you can use a passport, Pam. I mean, passport's all you need. Sometimes, Calvin, although I tend to make food late, so sometimes if it's really late, it's kind of cold out, so I'll just leave the door cracked open. But I mean, I have vent fans. The reason I have two vent fans is so I can run one and the other one can suck air in. So I don't really need to have the doors open necessarily. Lisa, I could have guessed that about you, Lisa, but I'm not, I'm not making fun or anything because I'm the same. We're the same here. Well, thank you, William. I appreciate you being here. Timothy, yeah, when I'm able. I've had some health problems lately, so been a little limited with what I could do the last few months. But yeah, when I am, I'm still set up with one of the companies that I like the best. I got fired by one of them. I don't know why. They wouldn't tell me why, but the other one that I liked better, I'm still set up with. Thank goodness. You found. I won't ask what the skeletons are, but finding a new niece, there you go. That's a good. I guess that's a good enough reason to do the DNA testing. Maybe I will one of these days. Maybe I should just go have. Don't the Mormons have a thing where they do that? If you go, like, to wherever that is that Salt Lake City? I don't know anything about Mormons exactly, but I think I'd be more apt to do that. Although that would mean driving to Nevada or Utah, wait, Salt Lake City, Utah. That'd mean leaving the West Coast and going to Utah. I don't know if I take that back. I don't know if I'd do that. Oh, congrats, Zen Twin, Calveras. That'd be a nice place to go. I would enjoy that. I don't think I've ever been to Calveras, actually. $103, Lori. Yikes. That means you're inland, right? I mean, I noticed that when I'm right on the coast, it's nice and cool. If I go inland, ooh, it's hot all of a sudden. So I try to stay right on the coast. The other day I spent like 3 days in Ferndale, one of my favorite little towns, right? And I thought, okay, I've been here for a while, and it's a small town. I don't know if people get upset just seeing you parking every night. So I try to move around a little bit. So for the fourth night, I just drove over to Fortuna. It was hot. I did one night in Fortuna, and I love Fortuna, but it was too hot for this time of year. Hello, Diane from Owasso. Anna Banana, that's not me. I've been in my van the whole time. I'm getting close to 9.5 years on now. You're still on the age thing there, Karen? Oh, Chuck. Thank you. I didn't notice that. Thank you so much, Chuck. That's very nice of you. I really like doing the coffee chat videos, Chuck, and I'll probably be doing more in the future, but they get very few views. And the problem with that is it messes up my regular videos. It's that whole algorithm thing that you hear everybody complaining about. So I want to get back to doing them. I was hoping to get my second channel up and running and then kind of do those over there and just keep vlogs and, more van life stuff on this channel. It'd probably be the smarter way to do that. But then I've just been kind of lazy about the second channel. But we'll see about getting that up going again. I'll probably do a coffee chat video on this channel before too long. Maybe even later this week, who knows? Kind of depends on how I'm feeling. If more people would watch them, I would do more of them. That's kind of maybe the answer I should give to that, instead of being brutally honest. Hot. 71 degrees is hot, Lisa. It is very hot. When it's 71 degrees, I'm thinking, okay, where do I go to cool down? Like the other day, I parked over at Sequoia Park, and then I was actually able to walk around a little bit, even though it was, it was kind of hot in the rest of the city, but didn't notice it because I was at Sequoia Park under all those huge trees. Hey AJ, how's it going? Bacon chocolate chip cookies. All right, nice. Oh, thank you, Manuel. Appreciate that. You and your family too. That's awesome. Hello, Catlin from Iowa. Oh, that must have been terrible, Lori. 3 weeks without an air conditioner. That's why I like being in a cool area, so I don't have to worry about air conditioning stuff, because it's kind of a problem for me. I don't have the power to do that. the Mormons do it here in California too, Angela? I didn't know that. I'll look into it. Monsoon season, Daisy. That sounds terrible. I guess I remember that. Yeah, you do get bad storms out there, don't you? Although you get lightning. We don't get a whole lot of lightning up here in the Pacific Northwest. Very, very rare. Manuel, yeah. Didn't I say hi to you, Manuel? I do appreciate you stopping by. And I also appreciate your whole family watching. That's pretty cool for you to tell me that. Hey, Marv. Yeah, it's Labor Day. Although in town here, it's all the stores and stuff are open, so it looks like everybody's still working. Seems like most everybody didn't get the day off, which was good for me because I had to pop into the store. I'm familiar with Lake Ozette, Dan. Yeah, I don't know if I've been there, but I know the area anyway. Oh, I see, Truck. Yeah, yeah, the Winnie the Pooh thing, that's definitely for the other channel. That won't fly on this channel. But yeah, I need to get onto that. One of my mics broke, and so I kind of that was one of the reasons I kind of put off doing that. Plus, do you know how hard it is to read and try to get it correct? I'm an average reader, but you know, it's hard to actually do it on camera and read it and have it be good. I've done some tests on it, and it seems like whenever I do a good test, a plane flies over and wipes out the audio, or somebody parks next to me and starts chatting or playing the music or something. So it's like it's a whole thing trying to get that video done. I've done some testing. It's just very difficult. Yeah, Rogue Spartan. I do have a gym membership, but I mean, I go there maybe once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks at the most. I actually have a video. If you go to my channel page and you look at the important videos playlist, the playlist, and it's called the important videos. I have a video. It's an older video in my older van, but it shows how I take a bath every morning. It's just easier than driving down to the gym and dealing with all that mess. It's nice, you know, like if I've got a headache or something, I'll drive out of my way to go to the gym, but I don't know. I just, for a daily thing or even a weekly thing, I don't know, it's too cumbersome for me. Oh, I think I understood you there, Angela. I just need to find Mormons here. Right, okay. I don't know if I want to do that, actually. Now that I think about that. I guess I could just tell them, I'm just here for the genealogy. I don't want to sign up. Maybe they'll listen to me. Maybe they won't. Hey, have a nice night, Lindsay, and have a great week. Thanks for stopping and chatting. I appreciate it. That's a good way to not need air conditioning, Timothy, is to get up in elevation, right? Hey, Leslie. Hello from Seattle. It's nice seeing those of you that like the coffee chats. I wish there were more of you that like them, and I would make more of an effort to do them. Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate that. I upload on Mondays, actually, but yeah. But I appreciate that. There we go. I got to do more coffee chats and more cooking videos. I guess that's what that means. Hey, Gary R. The mic on my phone, I can't use the mic on my phone. It doesn't pick up my voice. So I use a different mic. I actually have it right here. That's what this is. I'm starting to get warm and tired. Probably means we've been on here for a long time. 136 minutes. I guess that's not terribly out of the ordinary for me, though, is it? But it is a long time. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving me the encouragement to do more coffee chats. Maybe I'll get to one soon. Lucky's the build is going good. A little slowing down a little bit right now, but hope to get back to building a little bit more in the next few months. Oh, thanks, Laura. I mean, yeah, I don't know how else to be other than me. Yeah, rent is getting crazy. I don't know how people afford it. I mean, at least not without having 5 roommates or something. I don't gamble, Anna Banana, so that's kind of a moot question. If I've got extra money, it goes to food and coffee, not gambling. Just to let you know, Relevant, anybody that calls me Steve from now on out, I shadow ban. So you might want you might want to know that. You might want to know that. That's true. I'm not kidding, actually. There was a whole thing. I kind of got tired of it. So I just thought, you know what? Now whenever somebody calls me Steve, I'm just going to ban them for life and be done with that. Wake NYC. I can't really help you because I mean, I'm glad that you're liking it. I can't really help you with that because your address, what address you use is going to be different for every single state. So the rules for that are different for every state. So it just depends on the state that you live in. So I can't really help you with that. You'll have to kind of research, do your Google research for the state that you're living in, because otherwise you can get yourself into some big trouble. There are a lot of channels on YouTube that try to make it seem like it's super easy, but yeah, you need to look at your own state where you are. Oh, thank you, Madison. I appreciate you, Madison. Matt, yeah, I had to change up the mods. Please don't take it personally, and I can't figure out how to do it right now. So, all I can say is please don't take it personally. I changed up some stuff. I don't know how to add you back at the moment, so we'll see in the future. But for right now, I can't figure it out. Vicky, I'm just having water right now, and I'm actually getting thirsty and warm. Thank you for reminding me to drink some water, Vicky. Whoa, Graham, you're up either very late or very early. Being Lisa, what do we call you? My name is Scott. I start out every video saying, my name is Scott, and then people like to say my name is something different. And so, yeah, that was why I just decided I'm just gonna be done with people calling me weird names. There's a whole thing for that. I've been getting a lot of people being very rude, but they've learned to not be super rude. So they try to be as rude as they possibly can to try to find where the edge is. And so I've just decided I'm not even going to play that game. So that's why I've just been banning people that have been calling me Steve. It's just, oh, don't be sorry, relevant. It's really more for everybody else's edification there. You notice I didn't ban you, relevant. All right, Chrissy, have a nice night. Thanks for chatting. I appreciate it. And, oh, Donna's here. How's it going, Donna Nichols? I didn't see you come in. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, Humboldt County is incredible. Hopefully you can get a chance to see it for yourself, but I appreciate you watching. And I think I don't know, being Lisa, I don't know why people are being rude, but at least they're being kind of nice rude, and then I'm being kind of mean by not messing around with them. But you know, I'm just getting tired of it, so you can understand. Kevin is here with a hashtag. Or I mean, Ken is here with a hashtag. I don't know what that hashtag means, but oh, Walter Grieve, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I am getting tired, though. You know what? Look, it's 3 a.m. in Ireland. I think it's past my bedtime. Humboldt County's Humboldt County's not a hard place to find a place to park at all. No, absolutely easy. Probably one of the easiest places I've found to park. Well, thank you everybody for joining in on the live. I don't do too many of these because they kind of tire me out. I don't know if you can tell, but they tire me out quite a bit. So we're going to call it quits here today. And I don't know when the next live will be. Probably not for a long time. But I do appreciate everybody that came in and tipped and helped and chatted. It's always fun chatting with everybody. A little different getting to chat with everybody this way instead of just through the comment section. But thanks everybody for being here, and thanks for watching all the videos, and we will see you for sure next Monday. For sure next Monday, not with a live though. We won't do another live for a while. Thanks a lot everybody. I really appreciate it. And have a great week. We'll see you soon.